Yeah, and I just realized I'm in mute. So that's stupid of me. How silly. But anyway, yeah, if it's your first time here, come on into the Discord below. That is where we are showing all our conversations, our community discussions as well. Matter of fact, today is a special episode of Gaming Academy. It is just me here, the headmaster here at Gaming Academy. The rest of the staff is off today because we are covering another portion or a special portion of the show called the Headmaster's Desk. Now, I'll get to that in a second, right? But before we start today, I want to make sure that you guys are fully aware. If like I said, if it's your first time here tonight, this month is the month of charity for my stream. Before we get into tonight's show, I really want to take a moment to remind everyone that this stream is also part of the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital Play Live 2026 charity campaign. I do this every year. I try to help out as much as I can, and let people know I'm a streamer, part time, and then and kind of giving back to the community and the just kind of like the environment that I flourished in. Just video games. Kids enjoying video games because I grew up playing video games as well. Right when things got kind of stressful, things got kind of rough. Video games helped me kind of get through a bunch of stuff, right? And also it helped me become a more social person as well. Now, for us here at Gamer Quotient slash Gaming Academy, gaming has always been about more than just playing. No, it's about community, purpose, and using this hobby we love to do with something meaningful, like I mentioned. Now, we have this thing here called playing with intention because that's what it's all about here at the Gaming Academy. And I'll get to that here in a second. Tonight, every donation, every share, every bit of support helps us contribute to the St. Jude's mission of helping children and families facing serious illness. Now, so as we talk games, break down topics, laugh, learn, and level up together, remember that tonight we're also playing for something bigger and or having a conversation for something bigger. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the stream. And thank you for helping us show that what this community can do when we play with intention. Also, shout out to I believe I don't know what their username is, but you can actually see all the donors on the stream. Blue Right Bot, shout out to you, man. You always donate every year. And also, I think one of my coworkers at work also donated. So appreciate you, man. I'm glad. Very thankful for your support. Also, if you guys want to donate, I'll post this link here on the screen as well. This is a direct link to the charity stream. And what's cool about it is that you're actually going to be able to see what you're donating, if you pick an amount, and what you're actually giving to St. Jude's, right? So I think it's super cool. I think it's something that not too many people disclose, and 100% of your donations will go to St. Jude's, that's super fantastic. I love that. Now, what is Gamer Quotient, right? What is Gaming Academy? What is what is all this stuff that we do? Headmaster's Desk, right? So, before we kind of get going on the conversation tonight, let me cover that because I think a lot of people kind of get confused at what we do and how we do things, right? So I'm gonna jump in here in this little image here that you can see. What is your gamer quotient? Right on the screen there, right? So take a look at that. Just let it all sink in, and see and tell me. I think is this the right one? Let me see if I think it is, but I made a better one. I made a better one. Is it this one? Yep, this is the one. It's just a little bit more streamlined. Okay, so this is right here. What is your gamer quotient, guys? So when you're playing a game, right? Something that I started to consider is like there's a being a variety gamer. I take a lot of things from video games and take those things that I learn and apply them to life, right? So our goal here at Gamer Quotient is to be able to take your gaming experiences and translate that into helping enrich your life a little bit better because there are lessons to be had in video games. And I wish we have more gamers kind of applying this and bringing this out. And this is something we call GQ, Gamer Quotient. right? So, what is your gamer quotient? Well, gamer quotient is just more than a brand name for us, right? It's more than just a logo. It's more than just like this show slash gaming academy, right? It's the way we actually look at gaming as a hobby, a culture, and a personal experience. Now, that experience could be different from person to person, and there is more than one answer to the gamer. What is your gamer quotient? Right? There is literally a variety of it, and different games can bring out different gaming quotients out of you. Now, this is not just about what you play. This your gamer quotient is your actual gaming fingerprint. It's your gaming DNA about you, and what it tells you about what it says about you. It's why you play, right? It's how you show up when you pick up the controller. Now, some players are here for challenge, some here for the story, some here to compete, like me. I love fighting games, right? But some are also here just for the comfort, like Stardew Valley, right? Like sim farming games, right? These survivor games. Some here for discovery, collecting, community, creativity, or mastery. Games are all over the place. There's so many different types of games, right? And it's so exciting to hear that. Now, you could also be a strategist, planning ahead and thinking 3 moves forward. If you like those TS games, turn-based strategy, right? Stuff like that, or like Civilization. Or you could be the explorer, chasing secrets, hidden paths. Maybe you're a competitor driven by the improvement and the thrill of winning, right? Like Evo, the biggest fighting game stage, is literally coming out this weekend, and there are a lot of gamers out there. Their gamer quotient is competition, right? You play Overwatch, competition, Counter Strike, League of Legends. That is competitive gamer quotient, right? So think about that. Now, maybe you're just simply like a storyteller, right? Maybe you're just like, I'm here for the narrative. I'm here because I want to read an interactive book, right? And that's okay too, right? You're here for the characters, the worlds, and emotional moments, right? Like just like Tetris, it's an emotional moment, right, Jagos? Or maybe you're just a social player. You want to make memories with friends. And you just want to hang out with them. I know friends that just hang out at Red Dead Redemption 2. They literally just hang out, and then ride horses together and just socialize, right? That more props to them, more love for them. Now, you're maybe a collector, right? Checking off goals, unlocking everything. We have a few platinum chasers here at the Gaming Academy. So introduce yourselves if you're one of them and just pop it in chat. Say, hey, I'm a platinum chaser. That's what I do. It's what I like doing. Or maybe you're just simply the comfort gamer, like returning to familiar favorites to recharge, because these are just games that like you kind of want to relax to. For me, like one of those games is Diablo 4. Like I just like playing Diablo 4 just to kind of turn my brain off, but at the same time activating it, playing a game, right? It's really interesting. Or maybe you're a lab monster testing mechanics until the game finally reveals how it works. You want to learn about frame data. You want to learn about just how the AI operates, how you can kind of manipulate the game basically to your whim, right? Sounds like a problem solver to me. And the truth is, your gamer quotient can change. It can shift with your mood, your time, your season of life, and what you need from gaming right now. This is why our mission at Gamer Quotient slash Gaming Academy is simple. Guys, play with intention. Play with intention means we don't just press start on autopilot. We ask better questions before, during, and after we play. I'll show you the rates on the next screen here. This is playing with intention, right? And oh yeah, I'm on the right side there. Cool. Yeah. So this is what I mean. So absorb this, take it in a little bit, right? Ask yourself these questions, right? Why am I playing this right now? What am I to get out of this session? What's in it for me? What's happening here? Am I here for just the fun? Am I here for the challenge, the story, social time, skill building, or just, rest? Like, I'm just chilling, man. Is this game worthy of my time, my money, my energy, and attention? These are things that are limited to you and exclusive to you, right? These are personal. You accumulate these things. You give these things away. Energy is transferred, right? You're providing energy to this thing. Now, am I playing because I want to, or FOMO is holding the controller? Guys, we're going to get into FOMO tonight because Grand Theft Auto 6 is driving everybody insane. So we'll get to that here in a second. Let's just cover playing with intention here, right? Now, playing with intention also means choosing one focus. Now, I don't want to overthink this. Maybe your tonight's goal is to just finish a chapter, maybe practice a combo, learn a character, right? Maybe explore a zone, maybe to hang out with friends, maybe to relax and enjoy the vibe. Maybe the soundtrack is right up your alley, right? Like I said, some of this can overlap. I want to hang out with friends, but this game has a totally busting soundtrack, right? So now, not every session has to be a grind. Not every game has to be completed. I started to learn that not too long ago. So I'm learning too. Not every night has to be productive in the same way. Playing with intention just also means protecting your time. Your backlog is not a race. Your hobby is not homework. You're allowed to pause. You're allowed to drop a game. You're allowed to come back later. You're allowed to reset and start over because gaming time is still time. And this is your time. And when we spend that time with purpose, gaming becomes more meaningful. A hard boss can teach patience, Dark Souls. Fighting game can teach humility. Right now, I'm learning 2x KO, definitely getting, you know, humiliated on that. An RPG can teach preparation. A co-op game can teach communication. A loss can teach resilience, and a reset can teach growth. Reflect on what you did wrong. A lot of roguelikes do that. This is what a gaming academy is all about, guys. We don't just talk about games. We talk about what games teach us. We look at the choices, the habits, and the lessons, the systems, the stories, and the way this hobby connects to real life, right? Sometimes we insert the coin. Sometimes we wait for the continue. And sometimes we just accept the game over and move on, right? But whatever we choose with purpose here at Gaming Academy, Gamer Quotient, as we play, we learn, we level up, and we win. But most importantly, never forget, we play with intention, and you should too. So before we hit start on tonight's show, just ask yourself this: what is your gamer quotient? All right. So that's my little intro for tonight here on the show. So hopefully you understand a little bit more about what we do and how we do things here at Gamer Quotient / Gaming Academy. I am putting my heart and soul behind this brand. This is something that I've kind of always understood and kind of grown when I was working at GameStop and like working in the video game industry, playtesting, uh, from being a community part of the community local game store through and also through beta and playtesting. So it's awesome, guys. It's awesome. Okay, all right, with that said, what do we got going on for tonight? And I actually found myself a new soundboard for the headmaster's desk. So let's go ahead and let me introduce to you tonight's show and the reason why we're here: the headmaster's desk. Have a seat. Shut the door. All right, class, it is time to step away from the main lesson for just a moment and bring the things over to my desk, right? Now, this is the part of the Gamer Quotient Gaming Academy normally where people submit things they want to chat about on the show on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. Now, Thursdays, normally I stream by myself and I play games, and the headmaster just kind of goes in his own. But this is actually just an extension of Tuesday because you guys have been really aggressive about the gaming industry this week. And I love the passion. I love the submissions. I love you guys sending in things that you really care about. I actually have like 5 tabs open, ready to rock and roll to chat with you. But if it's your first time here, let me share what this is all about. This is part of the show where we slow things down and take a closer look at the conversations happening around gaming. Now, sometimes it's a community submitted link. There's a lot of that tonight. Sometimes it's a hot button topic, and that's definitely there. Sometimes it's a piece of industry news, a player debate, a controversial decision, or a bigger question about where gaming is headed. And boy, gaming is headed in a crazy direction. But the goal of the headmaster's desk is not just to react. You got plenty of YouTubers for that. All right. We're here to reflect. We're here to have a discussion, a real discussion, not to just, oh my God, this is crazy. We're gonna break things down. We're here to ask what the topic really means, right? Why people care about it, and what lesson we can take from it as players, fans, creators, and members of the gaming community. This is our space because not every headline needs outrage, not every controversy needs a hot take, not every trend deserves our attention. Now, here at Gaming Academy, we look at these topics through the lens of playing with intention, right? Is it worth our time? Is it worth our energy? Is this helping my hobby grow? Is this pushing players forward or just feeding into the noise? The headmaster's desk is where we examine this issue, challenge the conversation, and try to find a lesson behind the headline. So let's open the desk, pull up the topic, and let's see what the gaming world is trying to teach us. Okay, so what's happening? What's happening? All right, I'm gonna pull up the Discord here and let's see what I can find. This is actually one of the posts here, right? And Jay goes, I know you're there. So we're gonna start from the one that I've seen the earliest. This was June 24th, yesterday, right? So past our show, you guys, you posted a link on here talking about GTA 6. GTA 6 locks 5 single player stories behind $100 price tag, right? Rockstar Games has shared details about the various editions of Grand Theft Auto 6 ahead of pre-orders going live in an array of single-player stories locked behind a price wall. Launching November 19, GTA 6 is arguably the most anticipated game of all time, with 2 release dates raising excitement levels. With pre-orders set to go live, the date is now fully locked in. It's been revealed that 2 versions of GTA 6 will be available. Surprised there's only 2. A base version and an ultimate edition. They're just cutting out the middle guy, simplifying. You want all of it, or you want just the intro? And boy, let's go through this. Okay. Detailing the content in the Ultimate Edition. 5 stories in single player are blocked exclusively for owners for the higher tier edition, which comes with $100 price tag, but there's no mention of the availability in GTA Online. So I will take a guess. I'll take a stab at what this means. I'm going to say it's a hidden. I'm going to say this right here is their way of saying season pass without saying season pass, meaning that you'll get the 5 stories trickled over time. Trickled over time. Right? Over time. Where do I want this camera? I want this camera up here. There we go. Trickled over time. Now they didn't mention that, right? Because they don't want people to get even more upset. Oh, battle pass or season pass? I thought I already got everything for $100. They want to leave things a little bit mysterious, right? And here's some other things that come with the Ultimate Edition. Write out customs, transform vanilla vehicles, so skins, Sarah's unisex salon, get your the barber shop so you can change your look, so stuff that should already be in the game for you that were in there before. Clothing store. So they're saying customization for your character is included. That's crazy, right? Tattoos, really mod shop. Um, Seems like Rockstar is going out in customization in GTA 6, significantly increasing the options to available players, yada, yada, yada. If I were to apply online, it would make more sense. Online players and rival shop creators with an additional $20 price tag. Means those shops are confident enough to pursue gamers to splash out. Okay, so that's the first one. So why was this brought up? Let me see what was the comments here. Jago said, the more info comes out, the less I'm interested in the black hole of November. The trend for investors certainly is making it hard to enjoy games. Too much is depending on extracting wealth from your wallet while not adding value to your purchase. Right? So that's the first one. And yeah, that's it doesn't end there. but I'll talk about it briefly, right? The reason why it's this way, and this is going to be a reoccurring uh, statement over the conversation, is because how much was the budget for this game? I'm opening a new chat thread on Chat GPT, and it's going to be our GTA thread. How much? Uh, how much was the budget for GTA 6? Rockstar is more focused on their investors than customer satisfaction. Yes. Yes and no. So those things they go hand in hand, right? Customer satisfaction means more sale, more sales it equates to more for investors. Now, for the last decade, I could go into detail about Rockstar has treated fans and amateur hobbyists. It's There's going to be a lot more, but here, check this out, guys. Rockstar Take Two has not officially confirmed GTA 6 budget. The most common reported estimate is around 1 to 1.5 billion dollars, with some rumors pushing it to 2 billion, but that higher number is not verified. Recent reporting says development expenses could be over 1.5 billion, while other sources note that 2 billion figure is a rumor than officially budget. The safe answer is GTA 6 budget is likely over 1 billion, possibly around 1.5 billion. No official number has been released. What does that say to us as a consumer? It's crazy, right? It's insane.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, you would. You would buy that for $1. Now, this is why. It's $1 billion game, meaning it's got to make its money back with at least $1 billion. That's crazy. And I think the goal here is it needs to make its money back on just copies of the game, right? And what they want is anything after the copy of the game is just like this is the money that's coming back, right? Guys, this is what I mean, guys. Games should not cost this much to make. This is why it's this way. And we're getting it at $80 intro. And that's gonna lead us to the next article, actually. GTA 6 physical copies are a code box, as Rockstar confirms they won't come with a disc. A fate worse than Nintendo Switch 2 game key cards. GTA 6 physical copies will be a code in box. Rockstar Games has confirmed, with them arriving on shelves a week early to allow for pre-loading. Over on Rockstar website, the Root Studio shares a bunch of pre-order info for the open world title, which costs $80. Ultimate Edition costs you 100, and the news of the preload. Alongside a preload info, Rockstar revealed that physical copies of the game will be available stores a week early on November 12th to allow users to preload their game. Unfortunately, this comes with a major catch, as the description adds. Physical copies of GTA 6 will contain a code that can be redeemed for the digital download, right? A disc will not be included in the box. Earlier this year, rumors emerged that Rockstar was going to delay physical copies, and they are actually doing that. It's clear now Rockstar's plan is to avoid leaks, is to not even bother with physical copies of the game. Yes, you can buy the game in stores, but it's not a physical edition. We're looking for a version of the game that will exist for years to come. Hoping to resell it to you. Finish campaign. Unfortunately, you're out of luck. All right, guys, chat with me here a little bit. Why do you think? Because there is a tweet on this that I want to cover, but put it in chat. Is this good or bad? What are your thoughts on this? The disc not being there to code, is it purely for leaks? Like, what are we talking about here? Is this a lie? Is this like, are we being bamboozled? Right? Um, I think, let me find, yeah, I found the link. to the tweet. Pseudo physical at best. I mean, people have thoughts on this, Jacobs. So the thoughts, like right now, I'll read. I'll This is what's on the screen, right? I'll see if I can zoom in on this. Booyah! All right. GTA 6 had to launch diskless. This guy did not do it. I thought it was like diskless. What is diskless? Code is bad. I also don't believe the physical in physical design. It's genius. Plus, I think it's the future of mega blockbuster games. I don't like it either, but as a game developer, I understand why. Before you flame me, let me explain. The main reason above all else, no supply shortages. If this is really the biggest game ever, right? There's simply no way you would be able to get every disc into everyone's hands in time. And you'd have millions of frustrated fans. So let's talk about number one and why this reason makes no sense, right? And I'll tell you my point of view, but I'd like to hear yours, guys, because this is I think this is nonsense. In my opinion. Yeah, eye rolls, absolutely. I think I agree with you on the eye roll thing, Jagos. Okay, and the reason why I agree with you, right? Check this out. Do you really think everyone is gonna buy a physical copy of the game? Do you really think everyone owns a disk drive PS5 or a PS5 Pro with a disk drive? Bro, that is not a great answer, right? So here's the thing. You have a disk drive? Great. Are you even going to buy the disc? So that's another thing, right? So if there's anything, I think there will be more digital copies than physical copies because one, physical copies, like the disc copy, right, is what I mean, not just the code. You're Some people will have to order those and they'll show up like a day or two after everyone's already been playing it. So they're not going to want that. They're just going to want to get it digitally and it unlocks on day one, day zero, minute zero is what I'm saying. That's What's that last game that was scalped? Let me take that back. We've been in physical since the 70s. Now he's thinking that no supply shortage can occur, right? Let's just be real. It's a stupid answer. It's so it's so one dimensional, right? No supply shortages. Yeah, sure, they could be, right? But if this is really but that's not that just doesn't mean they're not gonna be able to play it. Some people are gonna go digital anyway. It's good to have the option. Yes, they'll be sold out, but then what do you think what's gonna happen when it's sold out and they still want to play it? They're gonna get it on digital. It's crazy. All right, number two, no scalping. If you think you saw overpriced PS5s during COVID, imagine the price rich folks would pay for GTA 6 when it's sold out in 2 weeks. I'm already seeing tweets on this. Like, oh, I bought 58 copies of GTA 6. And you're like, what? Why are you doing that? Right? It's just so silly. It's so silly for them to do. It's a weird flex. It's rage baiting, right? Hardware gets scalped like crazy, but games themselves have not been. Here's the thing: if there's a collector's edition, yes, they will be scalped. It's historically proven; those things get scalped. Physical regular copies, not so much. Most recently, the only game I've seen that was scalped, and it wasn't even a big deal, was Resident Evil 9's Deluxe Edition, the Steelbook. And that's really the only thing that you get is a Steelbook and like an extra costume and it's being scalped, if you're gonna buy that and you have no idea what you're buying, that's on you for being stupid, right? Headmaster is going off the rails tonight, guys. Gloves are off. It is not Tuesday night. This is Thursday night. This is different, right? No one's here in the academy but me. CDPR's CP2077 had released early through retailers too. Amazon sent stuff out early. And Amazon's pretty good about that. They kind of know people want it day one. They do try to send them out. Um, But this like whole like no scalping thing for a regular, there's no physical thing that you're gonna get with the game except codes. No one cares. No one's gonna do that. And if they did, they're just dumb for that. To buy us from scalping. You're just lazy. You don't want to do any effort. You don't put any effort into shopping, right? And that's all it is. Number three, global simultaneous launch. This reduces spoilers, ruining it for people who had to wait. This also allows you to control the price per local region instead of crazy price surges because of delays to certain areas. FOMO, anybody? So this is the same as number one and number two. Number one and number two directly reflect number three, right? Like this points to one thing: digital first, physical later. Yeah, and that's the thing though. Like, if physical meat is important to you because you want to have it, you're gonna wait. You're gonna want to have that, right? But if you want to have both, you want to get the digital and get the physical later, you can do that because you want to support the game, right? Also, I think this is also strategy, the same the same strategy on how to optimize how they can get to your wallet. I'm thinking Take Two, Rockstar, we're sitting down going, we have physical gamers as well, right? Okay, well, they can get it all digitally, and we'll release the physical disc later because if they really like the game, they want to collect it, they're gonna buy it anyway, right? But let's get them playing ASAP. Yeah, like Jagos just said it right there. See the stars, digital first, physical later. That's just how it works. If you want to support the game, you just do that. I'm the same way. Absalom, right? I waited for physical, right? But I'm gonna play it anyway, right? It they understand what's happening. They're not dumb, right? They've I'm assuming with $1 billion game, there's gonna be lots of research that was done on this game and how to optimize every sale and how to get this on every person's PS5. Right? Their goal right now is to make that $1 billion back, guys. Just that's the first goal. Make the $1 billion back. And then the rest is like shark cards. They're gonna make a bunch of money on shark cards. You know that. Five is making shark cards money now. It's crazy. All right, number four, motherfucking leaks. If this was discs, the financial incentive for Jim, the GameSpot spot employee, to sell that disc to someone 2 weeks early so they can rip the disc and leak the story online would be insane. I would love it if a Jim, the GameSpot employee, sold that disc to somebody 2 weeks early. One, his name is Jim. Jim's a stupid name, right? GameSpot, they're reviewing the game. They're probably going to give it a 7 anyway, right? Doesn't matter. Okay. And they're probably not getting paid enough. So they're like, here, I'm going to sell this to you for like 20 grand. Go crazy. And then that guy will get reported, fired. So he doesn't have to do games journalism ever again. Right. And we all win. We all win. Jim gets tossed from GameSpot. I don't know if he meant GameStop, but like GameSpot works too because they do that. Right? And honestly, guys, if you really want to avoid spoilers, you can. And spoilers is not the end of the fucking world. All right, relax. Okay, it's okay. What I don't understand is when people like they say they're such good fans and they get spoiled. They're like, I'm not going to see it now. I got spoiled. The hell does that mean? If I'm a fan of something and it got spoiled, yeah, that's shitty. But I still want to experience it, right, and watch it because I'm a fan. God, bunch of babies. All right, number five, logistics. the sheer amount of warehouse shipping and logistical nightmare to get that many discs pressed and moved around the world would have been a nightmare. A nightmare. Now, guys, tell me of another game example that it was a nightmare for getting discs pressed and sent all over the world, similar to GTA 6. What's the next closest one? Final Fantasy 7 remake? Somebody in chat tell me, because I feel like this isn't your first rodeo. Was ET around the world, or was that only in the US? Red Dead Redemption 2. Was there a logistical problem for RDR2? I don't remember that. You know what I'm saying? This person just has no, like, they're just making up scenarios in their head, right? There's no actual, like, yeah, man made that one up. Absolutely. You're just trying to create a reason to make number 5 because you don't have enough, right? You're just making stuff up. There's no evidence of this. Oh yeah, maybe sure there's a bit more, but don't you think they're gonna be prepared for that? Right? A game goes gold when? Let me see. Let me type this in. When does a game go gold in the video game industry? Meaning printed on disc, ready to ship. Let's ask. What is happening here? Chat. How much time? No, game logistics is a solved science. A game goes gold when the developers and publisher has finished release ready master and approves for manufacturing, distribution, and platform submission. Traditionally, that meant the final version was burned on a gold master disc, sent to the factory, printed on discs, cartridge, package, shipped to stores. In modern game, usually means the game has reached a stable launch build that passed internal approval, yada yada yada. For timing, games often go gold around 2 to 6 weeks before launch, depending on the size of the game, certification, manufacturing, shipping, marketing, yada, yada, yada. Big AAA games can go gold earlier, but it's not a guarantee the game is completely done in the old school sense. Modern caveats. Going gold does not mean development stops. Day one patches, bug fixes. Yeah, we know all this. We just wanted the time. For something like GTA 6 going gold would mean Rockstar has locked the launched and build and is ready for manufacturing distribution, but they would almost certainly keep polishing and patching. Yeah, I know that. So typically about 6 weeks is what I'm seeing. 2 to 6 weeks. Bro, that's a month. you know, and if anything, they're just gonna put the install in the disc anyway. You're gonna make you download the rest of the game. That's just how it works. I don't know, man. That is a weak argument. Sorry. Number 6, no manufacturing costs. Instead of paying for all that disc printing, boxing, and warehouse space, they get all the revenue if you just buy it from the online store. That's not true. We all know that they don't get all the revenue. We all know that like Sony gets a cut, Steam gets a cut, right? So let's okay. First of all, that is a part of it. I agree. Yes, no manufacturing costs, but that's not just all of that. That's just a piece of that, right? I also like though when even though I hate day one patches are a thing. Every store takes 30%. And you do know like the store, the physical guys, I worked at the local game store, right? The physical copy of a game, a brand new copy of game markup. If a game, okay, if you're going on the shelf, you're buying Halloween, right? Versus an Ash and Evil Dead. This game right here, if it's $29.99 on the shelf day one, do you know how much do you know how much the store pays for this at cost? I guarantee you like 26 something and change, 25 and change, 26 and change. New game markups are like basically zero. You do not make money off new games. You do not make money off new games as a local retailer. Just letting you guys know that, right? The point of a new game in a retail store is to get you in the store so you can buy other shit in the store. Surprise! Does that never has never no one ever told you guys this? If not, I'm telling you guys right now, Walmart specifically, right? Walmart has their games like $1 or 2 cheaper. If this game here at Best Buy is $29.99, this game at Walmart is $27.99 on purpose. On purpose. Meaning that yes, we'll take $1 profit instead of 3 to get your ass in Walmart so you can buy other shit that has higher markup. That's what this is for. That's why they do that, guys. That's your news for tonight. For going for physical. They don't make a lot of money off these new games. They get you in the store so you can buy other things. Why do you think the games section in Best Buy and Walmart are in the back? You ever wonder that? Why is it so far away? Why is Target's game section all the way in the back corner? Because they want you to walk through the store to buy more stuff. why why does every store have an app right now? Why does Target have an app? Why does Best Buy have an app? Right? It's the same reason. They don't want you wandering off in the internet buying other shit from other people. So they say download the app, we'll give you 10% off, right? You'll get you points. So that way you're not distracted from buying this at Target because you're only on our app. They are programming you to shop with them. That's how it's been. You guys are just not realizing it. If you have, awesome. But that's why they're doing that. Right? GameStop has an app. Right? They have the Plus Pro, only redeemable in the app. Gee, I wonder why. Yeah, that's the reason why they do that. Some stores refuse to sell GTA 6 due to having no physical copy, and that's okay. That's okay. Because if I was, for example, VGP, I think it's a Canadian retailer, they're not going to sell GTA 6. Why? Because that's the whole point of their business, to sell you the physical copy of a game. VGP goes out of their way to find prints of a game for you to buy physically at a decent price. Right? So good on them for like holding on to their mantra, their value for that. That's great. We should be happy for them. Number 7. Have you guys ever seen me this like hyped up? No Gold Master. We just talked about this. Every game I've worked on, this manufacturing typically starts around 8 to 12 weeks before launch. Here it says 2 to 6 weeks. So now it's 8 to 12. So he has a longer period of time. This game needs to be a Gold Master to get ready for disc. You can still create a launch patch, but if it's annoying to have them to make launch patch instead of just focus on the game as a whole. Did he just contradict himself? What? The game needs to be Gold Master and get ready for disc. Okay. But you can still create a launch patch if it's annoying to have make launch patch instead. Am I having a stroke? Did I read that? Hold on. You can still create a launch patch, but if it's a annoying thing to make a launch patch instead of just focus on the, the game as a whole. All right, I thought I was going crazy. There is a Gold Master, but it's not a disc, right? So number 7 and number the printing thing is 6 are kind of the same too. I don't know. These are stupid answers. 8 real fans, caps. They can release just a disc version 3 months later, and you insane hardcore fans are gonna buy it twice just to get that damn trophy box. What is a trophy box? He's right. Honestly, I just mentioned that, right? If you got the money, you're gonna pay the digital for the experience. You're gonna play the game, and then you want a physical. You're probably gonna buy it used, right? Or just down the road. I mean, you don't need the physical anymore. You already have the game, so that's just extra for you later. And guys, if you buy used, they get no money. Just understand that. This is why they're killing your video games, right? Yeah, this is why I couldn't take this individual, bro. What is he? What is he? What is he talking about? Chat. What is he talking about? Okay, moving on. Next one. Next one. So Jago sent this interesting image. And we're gonna we're gonna take a look at Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee Remastered. That's a real game, by the way. That's a thing. That's coming out. $30, complete on disc, multiplayer at launch, no microtransactions, new content on top of old, can preserve it forever. And it's Godzilla, so it might go out of print, and this thing will be $300 instead of 30. GTA 6, $80, actually $100 if you want all of it. No disc, just a code, waste of plastic, no preservation. I'll have to wait for multiplayer. 100% will have microtransactions, locked behind 20 paywall launch. The rest of the content a cut. So this is fair, but to be more fair, I would argue I would put the budget for Godzilla and I would put the budget for GTA 6. Right? So we're looking at this as a consumer. These bullet points, these are all consumer problems, right? Well, and these are our problems, not their problems, right? Their problem is that this Godzilla probably didn't cost $1 billion to make. That's GTA 6 problem. Right? So imagine, guys, imagine if we got GTA 6, right? The quality they promised, right? And the kind of like just like everything they mentioned is exactly the same, but the budget was $10 million. Nice even number, $10 million. Do you really think this game would be $80 if it was made in $10 million? Do you think we would have, no disc with it? Right? I still think they would have the I think it would be $60, but then there would be the ultimate will still be 100, and they'll put a pass in there or something. That's just how it works. It's just how it works. I truly realize it's more about being condescending and blindly defending Rockstar than actually understanding why people are upset about Rockstar's physical issues. It's kind of like Falcom having the most absurd profit margin increase last year because it's a small RPG dev, right? And it and that's what I mean. But here's the thing, guys. I this is what's frustrating to me, and I'm getting I'm getting heated over, it, right? It's frustrating because the game probably only cost, like, realistically, like, let's take, like, a game that doesn't have licensing, right? A game that was really good, like nice and quality, similar in aspect, open world, maybe Horizon Zero Dawn, right? That's an original IP. They don't gotta pay for, like, Denzel Washington's face or voice, right? Stuff like that. Like, what was the budget for that game? But I don't think it's as robust as GTA 6 because there's so much to do in GTA 6. Right? So, what game do you think is fair to compare GTA 6 minus the $1 billion budget? What's up, Chop? Like Saints Row. What about Saints Row? Like the newer reboot. Now we're talking specifically just budget, right? What was the budget of the Saints Row video game remake? Right? I think that's a good example. I love how the budgets are never reported like accurately. Sorry, message. All right, the Saints Row remake you probably mean is about the 2022 reboot. It's a reported budget is over $100 million. That's still a lot. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's use that. Okay, $100 million for Saints Row remake. Game launch at $60. You can basically do everything you can in the same as GTA, right? It was launched at $60. It was launched at $60. Yeah, there were DLC there. Yeah, there was probably a um, you know, a season pass for it too. You know, I mean, the technology in GTA 6 is way higher for sure, right? I understand Blu-ray, but $1 billion, a billion, a billion is crazy. So what I'm trying to say is, let's just say both initially started at $100 million. There's more talent at Rockstar. There's better talent at Rockstar, right? But then people go, "Hey, you're making a new GTA 6, bro. That game sells like hotcakes. I'm in. How do I get in?" If we found a list of all the people that have put money into 2K at the S&P, right? On the Dow Jones, on the stock market, these are the people that inflated your damn video game because they want money back when this game goes um, gangbusters. That's the reason why. Honestly, a lot of this budget, yeah, sure, it went in the game, but a lot of it's inflated, right? Because people put money into it because they want to make money off it. And the problem is now they want to make money off it using our experience. Literally our experience. Our experience has now been monetized, right? They're even the guys, the image that I sent over, or the what do you call this image right here, right? Of the two, I don't have it anymore, but the two like limited edition, right? And uh ultimate and the regular is a what, $20 difference. The main $20 difference is customizing your character. Shouldn't I feel like that should just be in the $80 version, but they really had to figure out a way how to monetize the game even more so, right? It's crazy. It's so shit, dude. That's insane. I'm with you guys that it's too expensive, right? $100, and I'm not even getting the whole game just yet. I'm getting sprinkled. Not to mention online, right? Because calling it GTA Online 2 is different than having GTA Online. Does that make sense? The online service is its own thing. It's just bundled with the game. It's crazy. All right, next one. So this one was also sent by I think Jagos also sent this. Woo! Woo! We got Konami is suing to find the identity of the Metal Gear Solid 2 source code leaker. This guy is Snake's coming for him. Snake, I'm coming from Snake. A few months ago, source code for multiple versions of MGS2 leaked online, containing non-public game assets from MGS2 and dev team. Unsurprisingly, Konami is not happy. Uh, Not only did it ask for infringing material to be removed from 4chan to separate file sharing website. Oh my god! Konami has demanded the file sharing sites and the message board retain segregate any data that may be useful identifying the persons responsible for uploading. They're reverse engineering. Ooh, boo. Oh boy. All right, okay. What are your thoughts on leakers? Right? What are your like I want to know the community's thoughts on this. Like is are they good? Are they bad? Yes, we need them. What are they like educate me on this. How are they good for the regular public? For just information? How do I benefit from knowing the code for MGS2? How do I benefit? Me physically, the consumer. Please tell me, chat. Like I'm being open-minded here because that shit's a crime. you know? Some good, some bad, some are because I know like there's a lot of prominent YouTubers and streamers that despise leaks because I know they have relationships with these companies, right? And it's okay. I think it's okay to kind of be like, yeah, I work with Warner Brothers, and when stuff gets leaked at WB, like I don't want to cover it because one, like I have a relationship with them, and I think it's like, they think it's shitty because they work so hard on it. They want to surprise you and yada yada yada. They don't want to be part of it. I get that. 4chan. How are they going to extract anything from someone being anonymous? Anonymous. I'm just making the words. Anonymous. Anonymous, right? And that's what I mean. Like, how does leaking things? I think it's just some guy that's just like he's probably just frustrated. Maybe some employee that was like, oh, he messed me up. A leak is early marketing. If it's early marketing materials, just part of the job. I mean, this is the source code, my dude. This is not marketing materials. This is what I mean. How do we benefit from this specifically? Like leaking characters to be revealed, right? For us to start discourse on it, like Street Fighter stuff. That's different. This is like leaking, like, oh, you want to know how to make Metal Gear Solid 2? Here it is. This is crazy stuff, you know. Well, yeah, I we're not talking about that though. I'm talking specifically like leaks like this. Yeah, 25 years old, yeah, but isn't this is not the remaster? So multiple source codes for Sons of Liberty, multiple versions of Sons of Liberty. I don't know even know what that means. It's like, could it be like subsistence, right? Or is it the 360 version, a PS2 version? It could mean so many things. So yeah, I mean, it's honestly, yeah, this is right here. They infringe on Konami's intellectual property, right? Like if Jay goes, if you're designing a game and you're like, bro, this is gonna be the most fire game that's of this genre, nothing's like it, and just some dude on your team was just so like I'm trying to find this word like not he's just kind of angry, right? He's just kind of angry. He's pissed off. He's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take my code. I'm a coder for this game. I'm gonna take it. I'll put it on Steam because these guys suck. They're not my friends, right? So and it's a feels bad. It's a feels bad for you, right? Because like you're working so hard in this game, and one you know enraged employee just took matters in their own hands. No, and to be um to be anonymous, I think helps to not know that you're there for sure. I don't know. I just don't think this is like that cool. I get it. Like, who's this for though? Like, he's sticking it to the man, right? I mean, good for him for just saying like you're not gonna get away with this. But we don't know the backstory. What if it was just an angry girlfriend, right? Maybe like the girlfriend got jealous. She's a coder. We don't know, right? And just took the source code of this game, was like, "Eh, I'll show you." right? All right, next one. So so Nick tragically Lee put a message on Discord, referencing the game's radar. This one right here. He said, "Even worse for me is that what I saw this morning, looking at the pre-order SKUs on PS5, either SKU comes with 1 month of GTA Plus subscription that honor renews unless canceled. This whole feels really predatory and is make it feel pretty scummy." News for you, man. PlayStation Plus does the same thing. It's been doing that forever and ever. Not new, right? And I think honestly, Netflix does this, right? Hulu, all these online subscription places, they don't cancel you until you can't pay for it. They just leave you on, and then they take money out until you tell them to cancel. That's just how it works. Now, if you needed GTA Plus to play the game, different story. Different story. And we don't know what GTA Plus isn't like. What is that? Right? Is that me just you getting access to your online servers? Like, what is that? Like we don't know yet. So that's gonna be crazy too. All right. So the next one here, as we go through this, Wario 64 talking about the Xbox consoles uh, going up, and this was from Jagos also. Effective August 1st, 2026, the price of Xbox consoles will increase another $100 for 512 models and 150 for 1 terabyte models. We'll be updating prices worldwide, and we'll also be sunsetting our 2 terabyte model. What's wrong? Is your 2 terabyte model like $1,000 now? Is that why? Oh, gee. Oh, guys, what did I say? What did I say? What they were gonna do? Oh, I'm losing my voice. What did I say? Hmm? What did I say? I called it. Didn't I call it like a few episodes ago? They're gonna start leasing your systems to you. What did I say? And by the way, shout out to them for this message. Last October, we increased Xbox console price by 20 to $70 in the US. We hope for another price increase would not be necessary. And we have spent the last several months working with suppliers and options. Unfortunately, console storage memory prices have increased by more than 2.5, and we expect another doubling by the fall 2027. The entire consumer electronics industry is struggling with the current components crisis, but the effects are particularly hard on consoles. Unlike phones, computers, speakers, and other consumer devices, consoles are typically not sold at a profit, but instead for less than the cost they make. They don't really want to lose that much money now, do they? Today, we are sharing programs to make Xbox consoles more accessible. Buy now, pay later. We made it easier for players to buy now, pay later options to eligible Xbox hardware purchases through the MS Store, making it possible to break up your payment to predictable short-term interest-free installments. You know what? Not bad, honestly. But the whole leasing your Xbox sounds crazy. This is the next step, right? Interest-free financing, right? Great. Previously played consoles. We are working with retail partners on new programs to provide previously played consoles at lower prices. Players who are ready to upgrade or are no longer use their console will be able to trade it in with participating retail partners for cash or store credit. These consoles will then be made available at lower prices. Certified refurbished are up to $100 off. Thoughts? Another price increase? Oh no, my hobby. It's so expensive. Yeah. Yeah, it's no joke. No joke, guys. The industry is headed to a really crazy place, right? We're going to the hobby that we we grew up with that cradled us while we were sad and lonely is now the high maintenance girlfriend we cannot afford. So, oh man, a lot of bleak news, huh? Things are just getting expensive. That's kind of just how it is, right? All right, so here's a link. What is this? To a PlayStation. What's going on here? Why did you do this? Why you do this? What the crazy link? What kind of crazy link is this? An update from PlayStation Studios. What do they say? Okay, dear team, today I want to share a difficult update for regarding Bungie. Oh, 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 oh boy. Oh boy. We have made the decision to reduce Bungie's workforce. Isn't this old? June 25. Wow, that's today. Affecting a significant number of employees, including the most of the Destiny team and some Marathon team members. There are also reductions across SIE teams that support Bungie's ops. Those impacted at Bungie and within SIE are being informed today. This is painful news, especially for talented colleagues whose roles have been eliminated. This decision was made only after extensive discussion and careful consideration. Nice PR. And I want to provide some context on how we arrived here. Please do. Over the past several months, together with Bungie leadership, we reviewed the studio's long term direction, development priorities, resource needs, and a role with our broader portfolio strategy. We explored multiple alternatives before concluding that a reduction was necessary to align the studio's resources, its current priorities, and long term goals. PR, 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 PR. That's all I'm reading. Bungie recently shared in its D2 update, the studio has begun a new journey following the release of the game's final live service content. What Bungie has accomplished with Destiny over the past decade was truly remarkable. Disagree. The franchise has left a standing mark on players around the industry. Yes, it has. Not in a good way. And everyone who contributed to the success would be proud of what they helped create. Marathon remains an important part of our portfolio, and we will. Let me rewrite that. Marathon remains an important part. Marathon is the only thing that's part of our portfolio, and we will continue to support the team as they build on the strong foundation established in season 1 and 2, and as they work on incubation efforts for future projects. While it's too early to discuss, we are encouraged by the creativity and opportunities that lie ahead. PR. Our immediate priority is supporting affected employees through this transition, providing transition support, where possible, working with PR. I want to PR. Sincerely thank either PR hard work. Yada yada yada. Today's news deeply. Yeah, yep. Helmenhurst. Okay. Wouldn't surprise me if they had a template for layoffs at this point. I'm not making a demo video for a bit, but I do have a list if you're interested. Came out of nowhere. This letter sucks. This letter's stupid. Okay. One, nobody likes getting fired, right? And yes, um, you kind of brought this upon yourselves. Yeah, it's sad, but what were the choices you made brought you to this point? Like that Thanos saying, right? You couldn't live with your choices. Look where it's brought you. Back to me. Right? What I'm saying is that I was a huge fan of Destiny 2, and they've made so many mistakes over the course of time, right? And I'm only willing to forgive for so long. And it's tiring. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired, right? I'm tired. What I'm saying is that Destiny 1, right? We didn't get 10 years of Destiny 1. They were like, "All right, let's just call this next expansion Destiny 2 and forget Destiny 1," right? And then after that, they were like, "Oh, remember that big story from when you first started Destiny 2, the Red War? Well, we're just gonna get rid of that." What? You're gonna get rid of single player content or just content that introduction content? That's crazy. All right. So I was able to forgive that too. I get it. But then expansion pass, right? Expansion and season pass? Brother, your expansion should include all the season passes in that expansion. Because if you don't want the expansion but still want the season passes, if you don't want to play the expansion, oh man, I was just tired of shelling out $60 for a brand new game. Or sorry, for expansion of a game I've already played. And then to only spend another $30, right? On a season pass so I can play these certain contents this season? No. No. And you're not gonna do that 6 more times to me. Gosh. That is why you guys lost me as a client, Sony, for Destiny. I was a rabid Destiny 2 player. I was loyal to the cause. I collected every gun. The only thing I didn't really do was raid because I couldn't find enough people loyal enough to stick around. You guys know that. Blue, you've known me long enough where I played a lot of Destiny 2 back in 2018 when I played a lot of Destiny 2 when I worked at the local game store because my coworkers played. Hell, I played with Nick on Destiny 2, right? After breaking up with my second fiance, I put my head down on Destiny 2, right? And it got me through a lot of sadness. And gave me purpose as what you want to call it, right? Like a goal to achieve, right? And I played it with a lot of different people that I know of all across the country. I was all about it. And then the Taken King or the witch one, what is that? What expansion was that, guys? The Witch Queen, right? Witch Queen, yeah, the Witch Queen expansion. Yeah, D2, the Witch Queen. The Witch Queen came out. I was super hyped for it because I was so involved in the lore. Like I was so excited to fight the sister or a sister of Oryx. Yeah, and I was like, more lore. This is going to be exciting. I get to find out a little bit more, right? And then I bought it. I was so hyped for it. We finished. We blew through the story because we just love it, right? And then in Destiny 2, I don't know if you know this, but like they progress block you each week. Each week is a different like mission and quest that you go back to with your friends, do it, and expands the story even more, right? But then like they started asking for season passes, and now if I didn't have the season pass and my friends did, I couldn't play with them. That is horseshit. You know what I equivocate that to? When you're like you get your cable internet for the first year and they're like, here's your cable internet. It's only $20 a month. Thank you for signing up, right? 4 years later, your cable bill's 4 times more expensive, and you go, "Hey, why is my bill 4 times more expensive? I've been a loyal customer for 4 years. How come I'm paying more than when I first started? That makes no sense. I developed, and I've never missed a payment. I've developed a good relationship with you. Oh, that's just how it is. What the fuck? What does that make any sense? How does that make me want to be a loyal customer to you? No sense, guys. Honestly, like get your shit together. Think about how you run your business. Think about how you're treating your loyal customers. Right? We're not, especially here at Gamer Quotient. My students, my community here, smarter than the average person when it comes to gaming, right? And they're willing to have a discussion about this stuff, which is good. They say some stuff on the Discord that I don't agree with, but they're still willing to have a conversation with me about it, and discuss it without being overtly, emotional and crazy about it, right? I love that. I love that. And I feel like this right here, this conversation with Sony, you guys don't even have that conversation with yourselves. You guys go, "Oh man, we didn't make enough money. The consumer must be poor." What? It makes no sense. Maybe make a better product. Maybe don't, don't inflate these budgets because you don't need to. Innovation, people and developers get super creative when they're running on the most minimal tools. Throwing money at a problem never works. Never works. It never works. It's better to problem solve the issue and then reward those that solve the problem without money. Maybe give them money. Right? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. All right, next one. We got an image here from Gematsu. Gematsu. Hide this guy. Rumor: GTA 4 or GTA 6 disc version to launch in December. The disc version of GTA 6 will launch in December, according to Polish video game website. Yeah, I mean we talked about that, right? It is what it is. I mean, it's gonna be a month late. So, with that said, being a month late, wouldn't that guy's logic behind why they're going non-disc make no sense, right? I think here's what's crazy. Is GTA 6 not going to have online day 1? Answer that. Does anybody know if GTA 6 will not have online day 1? 100% sure. No rumor, no like I'm not it's just speculation. I want to you tell me there's no internet on day 1. Zero online. Doubtful. Okay, that's fair. Didn't do it for GTA 5. That's a great logical conclusion, right? That's great. Let me ask you this, chat. If people only care about the solo single player GTA story, how are they going to get that with a fucking code? You guys get that? Does that make no sense to you? Don't you guys have phones? Right? Did somebody not, you know what? I'm sure somebody brought it up. You know that meme where they're all sitting in the boardroom and that one guy's like blah 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 and the guy gets kicked out the window? Right? This meme right here. Right? You know this meme? You guys know this meme, right? This meme is that guy. This guy here, Polo guy, right? Polo dude. He go, he go, okay, I'll fill this in for you guys. The guy up top, he's going, all right. we're gonna ship GTA 6 digital only because we're gonna save costs. We're gonna save. It's gonna get into people's hands faster, sooner or later. And it's not gonna have online. Just all the stuff we talked about. And the guy in the the first suit there goes, "Yeah, it'll be $100 too, right?" And then the lady there in the second one is like, "Yeah, it's cheaper. They don't, they've never bought the disk drive. It doesn't matter. They just put the code in. It's so convenient. Yada yada yada." And then Polo guy goes, "You know, since we're not gonna have online on day one, and it's a single player game, what if they don't have internet?" and it goes to this guy's face, and he gets killed. That's literally what that conversation, like, literally what that is. What if they don't have internet? What, because it's a single player game, guys. It's a single player game without the online component on day one. So why are you forcing them to download it? What the heck is going on? Does somebody just for I don't think it was carelessness. I think it was just like, fuck it. Honestly, they just said people are gonna buy the game. They're gonna get internet for GTA 6. Like, they're just that arrogant about it, right? Oh my lord. Oh my lord. This is work. Let me see. Nope. Oh, there it is. Hell yeah. Let's go. Sweet. Glad that worked. All right, Chad. It's about 9:30. Do you guys have anything to want me to bring up? Chat. This is the time. This is the headmaster's desk time. I don't see any submissions on the suggestion box. All you guys are just posting stuff in the newsroom. Eh? Eh? Yeah, link it to me. So I do want to check out Impulse. So I know that was it Jagos? Jagos, right? Jagos posted this on the lounge. Impulse looks like Timu Titanfall. The video literally says new Titanfall? Question mark? Reg? So let's check it out. Is it good? Is it good? Oh, from devs of Splitgate. This looks like Black Ops 3. It's the orange. Oh my god. Guys, yes, this looks like another generic Black Ops game, right? Like Splitgate. What was the Call of Duty killer that was from Ubisoft? What was that one that they just turned off like not that long ago? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, X Defiant. How come that game didn't work out? Because it was his right. It was free to play, right? So okay, the reason why I'm bringing that up, I just thought of a really cool game. How cool would it be if there was an arena shooter like this, right? Like Titanfall, right? You follow me? Like Titanfall. You guys got, your soldiers, you got the mechs, right? How cool would it be if it was Attack on Titan, right? There's vertical gear, right? The team like soldiers, and then some of the people are Titans, and they kill them, they grab them. How cool would that be? I think that'd be so fun, right? Like a multiplayer game, arena shooter. You guys, can you guys hear the game or hear the video?
So
No. Okay. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. All right, 1 second. Okay. Forget about it. Okay. All right. Forget about it. All right. We're gonna stop. We're gonna share again. Share screen.
and puts them
Oh,
into
now.
a new setting that we haven't really quite experienced before, but those attributes that were so well liked in those older games definitely come through here, and getting accustomed to
Problem
the
is
new
parkour is a
movement system
dime a
felt
dozen.
really natural just because of how well it's done. Even from some of the earlier playtests, they've polished
Oh
the
yeah.
movement quite a bit, and where it is now,
And that's what I mean. That's why I said it's a Timu Titanfall, right? Because Titanfall is what brought that parkour, and then Black Ops try to copy it, and then now like it's not unique anymore. It's just like, oh, it has parkour. Shrug, right? That's it.
like, it just comes as second nature to anybody who's ever put any time into Titanfall or Black Ops 3. Like, you'll know how to interact with the game the moment you
Yeah.
touch the controller, which is always a good feeling. That's kind of that intuitive feeling you want for a video game. Now, I will also say, in terms of good things, the map design has been really good and surprisingly very solid. There have been new maps added even in some
I honestly feel like what's gonna make this game stand out the most is the aesthetic. Right? Right now we're calling it Timu Titanfall, which is not good. Right? Yeah, no, no. Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm glad these guys are going, they're passionate about this, right? They're making a game. Totally cool. Love that. What what sucks is that this will get overshadowed due to the nature of the game if it doesn't if it'll get overshadowed due to what's that word I'm looking for? Um the industry is very like it's very competitive right now, and it needs to stand out. So for example, here's how it would stand out. I can tell you this right now. If all the characters in this game were either wearing suits, sunglasses, right? And then the other side of the team was wearing black leather, dual machine guns, sunglasses. You guys kind of get what I'm getting at. What am I getting at here? What am I subtly trying to hint at with this game? And it's an arena shooter. Exactly. The Matrix. Jagos, you got it. You know why? Because let's go back. Check this out.
here, and getting accustomed to the new movement system felt really
Let me show
natural
you.
just because of how well it's done. Even from
First of all this is possible in the
some of the
Matrix.
earlier playtests, they've
Right?
polished the movement quite a bit. And
Okay. There's a part here where this guy throws the grenade and it looks like, the reality is shattering. So it's like the code of the Matrix is showing.
Where
Watch
it is
this.
now, like, it just comes as second nature to anybody who's ever put any time into Titanfall or Black Ops 3. Like, you'll know how to interact with the game the moment you touch the controller, which is always a good feeling. That's kind of that intuitive feeling you want for a video game. Now, I will also say in terms of good things, the map design has been
Yeah, right here. You see this? How it looks like there's a code breaking, right? So if they gave this like the identity of the Matrix, like I don't know how they would like sell it, right? But like agents versus hackers, right? And there's maybe some like other things like you got to do, maybe hack a certain point, defend an area from all the hackers from a certain time, whatever, right? Whatever, you get what I'm saying. But that's how it's gonna stand out. Oh yeah, have you guys played the new Matrix game where you get to where you guys it's hackers versus like sentinels, agents, right? That's how you get people to talk about it. But like when you get a game like this, you're like, bro, it's like Impulse, bro, it's like Titanfall. And you're like, so immediately you're like, are there mechs in it? Why is that the first thing we think about where we say when we say Titanfall? Because that's what makes Titanfall unique, right? I haven't seen one mech yet.
really good and surprisingly very solid. There have been new maps at Impulse. They're called gigs in this game, and you basically have like 3 different tiers of difficulty, and they all grant you different rarity of like cosmetic rewards and things like that. Now, while the challenge system will be in
What's cool too, if you make this into the Matrix, you can customize your guy, right, to be like hacker or whatever. And then maybe there's like power ups you can get on the in the stage where you turn into like Neo or like a special character, kind of like Battlefront, And then you're like super strong for a bit. You could dodge all the bullets, punch the agent one hit, like stuff like that. That'd be fun. Of course, it's licensed, of course, so that's a goddamn nightmare.
play
But
for
you get what I'm saying, how it stands out and people are like gonna be magnetically like listening to you because a Matrix game? What? And this is why they do this with like all your Marvel characters, they whore them out because people are familiar with specific branding.
or at least the first little while after launch, their game will have no microtransactions. It's just going to be focusing on the core moment-to-moment gameplay and making sure that is ironed out and down solid, and then you can start getting into the more, cosmetic rewards down the road. Also worth mentioning that the majority of these cosmetics are earnable in-game only, right? And they cannot be purchased. So as far as being able to grind something and get, cosmetics for challenges and improvements in your gameplay, which is really what this is focused on, that has an extremely built out system for that. Weirdly enough, I think one of the most enjoyable aspects of Impulse's gameplay to me was that it was actually just a very classic arena shooter again. Every single game is trying to either chase trends of a battle royale or even an extraction game, and we're seeing a lot of that already in the industry and perhaps maybe a little bit too much, but this is just a good old-fashioned arena shooter, no frills or whistles about it. It's just, a classic mode that a lot of us grew up on when it comes to first-person shooter games, but it does take that movement, based momentum.
Bro, if people are asking for this kind of game, honestly, let's just get another Quake. Can we just get another Quake? That'd be the best arena shooter, right? Like rocket jumping, wall climbing, all the stuff. I think that would be let's go back to that aesthetic.
Gameplay to the next level. I've never played anything quite like this. I mean, even Black Ops 3 and Titanfall had their restrictions when it comes to the movement, and I would say that that's really the difference here, is that there's virtually no rules about movement, so whatever you want to do, you can do it. Impulse
Until somebody breaks the game, and then you guys all complain that it's busted.
currently does have a variety of different game modes, and more are getting added each time I
Also, is that a thing? Like, is that a thing in other games like this? Like he highlights that character and they're just flashing orange. Seems kind of cheap.
play, and I do believe more are on the way shortly, but right now
Is there also no ASD or ADS?
You have stuff like team deathmatch. You have a lot
Whoa,
of
here we
attack
go.
and defend
Mech
stuff.
stuff.
And of course, if you're not just actually playing as a soldier, just running around and shooting people, you can play in the mechs. That's obviously a huge part of the gameplay loop as well. And the mechs are obviously a lot of fun. So in all of my playtime, there are a lot of positives to experience. I really enjoy the core gameplay loop. It's an interesting take on the best parts
Yeah,
of
no
Titanfall
aim
and
down
Black Ops
sight.
3 that have never really been blended in this way before. And it is quite unique in that aspect. And it's just a good old-fashioned arena shooter format that I personally love, with a solid rotation of maps. I mean, you can't really ask for much more than that.
The cool thing in Titanfall 2 is also like escaping the area, right? When if you lose, y'all had a chance to like retreat and escape, right?
Now, I do want to talk about some of the negatives that I have, and they're more, I would say, critiques of things that could either make the game better if they were addressed, or things that just personally were not my preference. The first thing is that I was not overly in love with the visual style of the game.
Thank you.
And not that it's inherently bad or there's something wrong with it. It's obviously this kind of like futuristic tech city, almost like a cyberpunk looking aesthetic with mechs and whatnot. But other than that, like the actual gameplay look itself just felt a little generic to me.
Yeah, there's no identity behind it. They're not leaning it into any one direction too hard. They're playing it safe by like it looks like Titanfall had a baby with like a Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? Like orange guns and like the speed suits. It's
This even
weird.
comes down to like some of the scorecards and menus. I just feel like these are like a version 1 of something that could be a little bit more stylish, again, for a game that looks like this or is using these kinds of systems.
Like, what are the two factions battling? Right? Is it just like street gangs versus military? Like, what is it like? And is that the reason why they're dressed like that? Like gang colors,
Maybe it's just a personal thing, but I would like to see a little bit more sauce in the game's
sauce.
aesthetics, its personality, a
Even
lot
more
of the
sauce.
weapons. I just think that it could definitely go a step farther in making a unique look and feel for the game, because as is, they have a solid core base. I just wish that maybe the game itself looked a little more unique. The other note I have is that weapon balancing, as of right now, or in the most recent session that I played in, is a little bit all over the place. There are some weapons that are extremely overpowered at the moment, but more importantly, I think that there's weapons that simply don't serve a function in this meta, particularly snipers. I mean, I didn't snipe a ton, but I did notice that like snipers felt very underpowered, and that could be because they don't traditionally one shot unless you're on the extreme upper body. But
talking about original recipe, not the sauce, but the batter, right?
also, like, trying to hit snipes in a movement momentum-based shooter is a challenge that obviously is more difficult than something that is more grounded. I think it's a very fixable problem. I think snipers maybe having a slightly more generous...
Don't give them snipers, give them rail guns. That's how you fix the problem, right? Because this game's not a sniping game. This game is a run and gun game, and what makes a run and gun game good with snipers? A railgun. Guys, do you guys know what I'm talking about? You guys have played Quake 3 Arena, right? The railgun is a sniper rifle that you can run with. It's busted, but it's meant to be busted because it's one shot, right? And the reload is awful. So you better hit your shot. Otherwise, you get sauced.
One-shot range would make them feel a lot better, but also shotguns are kind of in a weird spot too. Either way, the weapon...
Shotguns in a game like this need to give you a speed boost or armor boost. That's how you balance that.
Balancing is something that can obviously be tweaked and tuned over time, and the way that that impacts ranked mode, because this game will have ranked, is obviously still to be determined, but they have a solid base to work off of. It's just not in a perfect spot right now. With the selection of all the weapon attachments and different perks...
What is this like orange goop that's on the floor?
That you could...
It looks like Splatoon.
Run on your soldier, there is quite a lot of customization to be had, which is nice, but I would say that I would like to see, again, a little bit more personality in the perks themselves, maybe some of the attachments and weapons, Shinji. And even though there are really cool cosmetics for these, the designs of the weapon models, I think, could maybe go a step farther. So my overall opinion is that it's an old-fashioned style arena shooter.
Yeah, see the sniper right here.
But there's nothing quite...
Because the railgun is just you don't aim it down, right? You just put the cursor and shoot the guy. One shot. And I think they made it even more balanced later, where like if you get a headshot, you automatically kill him. But if you charge your railgun, which is more of a challenge while you're running around, and you can one shot somebody anywhere on the leg, even on the leg.
Old-fashioned about the mechanics themselves. We've never seen a freedom of movement shooter quite like this, where there are virtually no rules. I mean, you're not exactly, just free camming around the map, but it kind of feels like you are sometimes with how many options you have. And if that's something that is appealing to you, then it might be worth going.
That mech has like no sense of weight to it. You see that? It just like floated around the corner.
To spend a couple hours and check this out. Impulse is going into early access like today, I guess, as I'm making this video, and it will have a 25% discount for the first 7 days. So it'll be $14.99 for the first week and then $20 afterwards. Been keeping an eye on this game for a while and watching it in early development, and then now getting to where it is now in early access, and I'm happy that it's been released to the public and you guys can try it out for yourself. And again, as someone, who kind of misses like Black Ops 3 multiplayer sometimes, and even Titanfall multiplayer, this is a very unique blend of those two best attributes that I've personally never played a shooter like this before, and it definitely won't be for everybody, but for the people that this really clicks with and movement-based guys, this is absolutely going to be your thing. Anyways, make sure to check out the game. Link will be down.
It looks all right. Looks all right. Nothing to freak out about, guys. Nothing to freak out about. Okay. We're kind of leaning to the last 15 minutes of the show. Is there anything else you'd like to throw on my desk before I throw up my hands in the air? Also, what do you guys think about our latest ad for the gaming philosophy of gaming PHG t-shirt? That Kioske looking pretty good. Huh? Huh? You're looking pretty cool, isn't he? Yeah, look at that. It's a head. He's a head turner. He's a head turner. Head turner. You like that? I can't click on that, Blue. You have to DM it to me because the chat won't let me on Restream Studio. Please DM on Discord. Is there any other games that we're like, oh man, this is sick, bro? Anything else? Okay, there we go. There we go. Well, I need access to it. Oh, I want to show you this game, guys. Have you guys ever heard of the Mad King's Mountain? Oh, Mad Mountain King. What the name is this game? It's a beat 'em up. Mad King's Redemption. Yeah. Mad King, let's go. Yeah, we're gonna look at it. We're gonna look at it because this is a game that I wanna play. This is a game I want to play. The Mexican Ninja gave you continuous beep. Check this out, bro. This looks so sick. What's up with the screen? There we go. The Brotherhood. This looks amazing. I'll totally play the crap out of this game. Pixel art, beat 'em up, I'm in. Like I already love the aesthetic, right? It's like what was that? King of Dragons? Death is only the beginning. It's cool. I wonder if you like resurrect as a different warrior every time. Look at this. This is so cool. It's like 3D, but not 3D. All right, hurry it up, bro. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Gauntlet. Okay. Here we go. Baron Morgrim. Bro, this guy is looking at everything. Where's the action, bro? Here we go. Does combat look good? Oh, it's a different character. Okay. He's got a little sauce. It's like a brawler. Falcon Punch. It looked like he got a little sauce. The combat is kind of like as kind of like as expected from the game that looks like this. Does this have online and is it multi? I mean, yeah, it has multiplayer, but does it have online? Will the Academy be able to play this together? Is what I'm saying. Is that the first 80 games on this list, Blue?
Taste the dark powers. Pick one. I want to see your defeat.
Oh, here's the roguelike.
You are embraced.
Yeah, but on the list there was a lot more. That's why I asked. On the PDF. Okay, I can get down on this game. It doesn't look like super amazing, but like I love the aesthetic of it. And if it's early access, it can only get better. It can only get better. Okay, well, we are winding down. We are winding down to our last 10 minutes of the show. What did we learn tonight, guys? Let's go ahead and review. Okay. GTA 6 will cost $80. $79.99. $100 for Ultimate Edition. You won't get online on the first day. Diskless copy, right? And this is the first $1 billion game. And probably not the last, honestly. So it's going to be scary, which means the games are going to get more expensive. And just it's going to be so hard to keep up with this industry anymore. Your dollar is stretching thinner and thinner every day, and these companies are trying to stretch it out as much as possible till that dollar breaks, where it doesn't. There's no value to it anymore. So hang in there, guys. Get just do your best. Try to accumulate as much passive income as you can. Try to be a better version of yourself than you were yesterday. Learn some new skills. I highly recommend learning AI skills because no matter how you feel about AI, it's not going to go away. You should learn some AI skills. One, for future jobs. Two, leverage it to create your own business in some way or form. Look at Oliver, right? He's using his art skills and his visual skills to create pieces of art using AI, and it's working out. I bought one. He did great. You know, find your passion, leverage AI to save time, and monetize something that you are good at. Never do it for free. Okay. So just know that and don't feel bad about doing it for free or not for free. Right? If you believe in yourself, you believe in the product, you believe in what you do in the service, it's worth the money. Okay. If these companies are out there trying to take much money from you as possible by monetizing your hobbies, you got to do that for yourself, meaning that you got to monetize your skills, you got to monetize your time, right? B- Just because you need it to survive, a job is not going to be enough for us to retire anymore, right? Always feel the need to move to those that add value to your dollar over the ones that want your dollar without earning it. Absolutely. A mentor once said to me, "You are the sum of the 5 people you hang out with." Think about the 5 people you hang out with, right? Well, your wife is probably one of them, but think about the 5 people that you are around the most. Are they adding something to your life in a way that you're like, yeah, I like spending time with you, right? And this is why I'm so grateful you guys are here spending and hanging out with me, hanging out on Sunday or hanging out on Saturday, hanging out on Tuesdays, especially with all of us. And I love it when all the guys can make it to the show because they're showing that there's value in showing up, right? And then and your time is very important. And then you spend 2 hours of your time hanging out with me, hanging out with the crew on Tuesdays. I think that requires some sort of thanks. And I'm gonna be always thankful and grateful for that, for just hanging out. So yeah, the industry is not looking good. Not looking good. Stick with the indies, work on that backlog, emulate if you have to, do what you can to save money, preserve your money for things that are important. Your hobbies can wait. There's always another way. Like I really want to play Samurai Shodown RPG, right? I have to spend the time to make sure I find a working ROM slash Neo Geo CD booter, right? That's on me. I have to make the time. Otherwise, somebody has to do it for me. And, that'd be great if they already did it. But if no one can do it for me, I have to do it for myself, right? And if that's important enough for me, I'll put some time for that, you know. But with that said, keep playing all the games you're playing, right? Enjoy them, play with intention, figure out why, why is this worth my time? You know, tell people about their gamer quotient, tell them about, themselves. Hey, when you play that game, like what do you get out of that game? You like it? Why do you like it? It's a great discussion to have with your buddy or even a stranger, you know? There's been many times where people just come into the game shop and just have a discussion about a favorite game they had, which is often disruptive, by the way, but it's always nice and welcome to have the community come out, share the passion for their games, right? Respectively, not having a debate why this is cooler, why this Zelda's the best, right? It's okay to have different likes. Everybody likes things differently. It's totally understand. So, but I love seeing the passion with everyone being able to talk about it, things that they love. And hopefully we either get get more income to enjoy the things that we love because our hobbies is getting more expensive and our dollar is getting thinner by the minute. Um, if you want to, I highly suggest if you want to gain some sort of financial freedom, Your first step is to take your hobby, figure out some way to monetize it, even if it's just advice. Believe it or not, I have a whole I watched a I experienced a whole lecture about that. Why would people want to buy my $10 system of like my information when they can get it for free online? I know how to answer that question. I used to I used to ask that question myself to people. Why would I pay you money when I can just look all this up myself? Why would you buy eggs at a 7-Eleven for $8 then go to Walmart where it's $2? Because I'm already there at the at the gas station. So anyway, with that said, guys, y'all have a good night. Stay cool out there. It is hot in this room. I'll see you guys back Saturday. And then, believe it or not, I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna continue the charity stream all the way through July. Um, just because I'm feeling extra grateful and appreciative of St. Jude's and just in general, I want to help out. And I did lose my dad this year, so I want to be able to give back to the community and the culture. So I'm just feeling extra, charitable, I guess. Um, for 4th of July, I want to be able to cover all three Modern Warfare games, the remakes. Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3, meaning that we're going to play the story mode because historically on the 4th of July, we play Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3 years ago to celebrate freedom in the US of A. So if we can do that this year with the remakes, I would love that. And I actually set extra time away during the week, the beginning of next week after the holiday for that as well. So maybe we'll do some fighting for America over the weekend during that weekend, and we're gonna have a blast. So looking forward to it, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy, and like I said, and always think of this way. Whenever you're playing with intention, you're playing with intent. You know what you're getting into, how you're getting into it, because your time, your energy, and your money needs to be protected. So the next time you turn on that controller, ask yourself this: what is your gamer quotient? Have a good night.